BS in Denver Sports.
Welcome to the BSN Denver post-game recap. The Colorado Buffaloes defeated the Washington State Cougars tonight, 38-24. I'm Danielle Seat here with Jake Shapiro. Jake, how do you think the team did overall tonight?
Well, it was an interesting game. The Buffs came out a little bit flat in the first half, but in the second half they dominated, really proved that 10th ranking. It was a special night at Folsom Field. The crowd was electric. I haven't seen a game at Folsom Field like this at least since West Virginia in 2008. It was awesome here tonight, and the team performed pretty great in the second half. Overall, they were playing a pretty tough team in Washington State, and it's a good marking to show where they're going to be the rest of the season as they go towards a bowl and perhaps the college football playoff.
And Sefo coming out and having a dominant game, having even 3 touchdowns. What do you think about that? How do you think that affected the team?
Sefo Liufau is the emotional leader. I say that every time in all of these videos. He is the leader. He is the heart and soul of this team. He went down again today with a hip pointer, comes right back out. He is so valuable to this team because he can run, he can pass, he can lead the team, and you need that from your quarterback. And Sefo Liufau is a guy that's probably not going to go to the NFL, but it doesn't matter. He has basically cemented his legacy here at Colorado, and I said this week on our podcast. If he had a big game tonight, it's going to say a lot about what he's going to do the rest of November and December. He had a huge game tonight, so expect Sefo Liufau to be everything that you could ever want as you head into Utah, as we head into maybe the Pac-12 title and the bowl and the Pac, all of these different things. Sefo Liufau is ready, and he is ready to attack because he did something tonight that had only been done one other time in Colorado football history, which is, I think, rush for 200, pass for 100, and get 3 touchdowns. Steven Montez did that out when he was starting, but Sefo Liufau also joined Montez in that feat.
And speaking of energy, the team really brought it in the second half. What do you think that big shift was?
Well, I think right before the end of the half, the Buffs got great field possession. They had a chance on a Washington State miscue to take over and come down the field right before the end of the half. They didn't do anything with it. They missed the field goal as well, and they go into half trailing by 3. I think that really woke up Colorado and goes, we're down 3, we don't have momentum, we got to wake up. And they came out right away to start the second half, scoring on their first possession, and really they were unstoppable ever after that.
And the defense tonight allowing as many touchdowns as they have all year in the stadium. Why do you think that happened?
Well, you look at Washington State, and they've got probably the best quarterback in the country in Luke Falk. They had allowed 3 touchdowns coming in tonight at Folsom Field. They allowed 3 touchdowns tonight at Folsom Field, but they hadn't played an offense like this. Luke Falk is a hell of a quarterback, and they picked apart Colorado's secondary a bit, and Colorado really couldn't do anything about it because Ryan Moeller, safety, goes out with a concussion. Akello Witherspoon was banged up. Afolabi Laguda got ejected with a targeting call. So Colorado was kind of struggling in that secondary until the second half when Nick Fisher woke up. All of a sudden, the sophomore plays that buff position, that slot position that Cheeto Awuzie used to play, and really stepped up stellarly tonight, and he was the difference tonight. Who would have guessed that Nick Fisher would have been the difference in this game that we didn't expect to be a top 25 matchup coming into this season? Really, a lot of unexpected things happened tonight, and it was special.
Heading into a really big game next week against Utah, what do you think needs to happen next week that didn't happen maybe in the past few weeks in order to make sure that they win that game?
Well, I think a lot of what happened tonight needs to happen again at Utah, and it starts with the fans. Everyone in that press conference talked about how much it meant that the fans were as into it as they were tonight, and they really stepped up and affected this team in a positive way. It's Thanksgiving break, but still a lot of students were here, and Mike McIntyre said that, he wants the students back against Utah Saturday, and what the Colorado Buffaloes need to do again is establish a run game. When they establish a run game, they are so hard to beat as a football team. Utah's got some big bodies up front, and I know they lost today to Oregon, but Oregon still has a lot of talent on that football team, despite maybe them not having that good of a year. So when you look at Colorado and what they might need to do next week, it's what they did today. They need to have a good game overall and really prove that they deserve to be in that Pac-12 title game. They could wrap up the Pac-12 title tonight with a USC loss, but no one's expecting USC to lose to UCLA.
For BSN Denver, I'm Danielle Seat, here with Jake Shapiro. Thanks for tuning in.